not one, not two, but three-time Super Bowl champion LeGarrette Blount. Good morning, sir.
Are we live right now? My fault.
Yeah, we are live.
My guys.
LeGarrette, I got a question. I was just went to the restroom, all right, and I washed my hands because that's what you're supposed to do. But then when I went to get the paper towels, the thing just kept pushing paper towels out. Like it was like, and when I left, it was still going. Should I tell somebody so they go stop it, or should I just leave it and just move on and act like it wasn't me?
I'm pretty sure the next person that came in there probably ain't gonna tell nobody either.
Probably not, man. So that's
so we have a paper towel shortage. You're like, get to Radio Row bathroom.
Fine, Corey.
Now, you got to be prepared for things like this.
See, exactly. And it sounds like you're prepared to. We need to talk probably some football, maybe not, but also lgsfeelgood.com. I'm trying to help people out with the website. It's easier, lgsfeelgood.com. But also maybe we need to talk about the Mavericks.
Yes, sir.
You were a huge Dirk fan, huge Mavericks fan. Are you still a huge Mavericks fan now that Dirk is gone?
Man, Dirk made me a Mavericks fan. Dirk is my favorite player ever. So he made me a Mavericks fan. So I've been a fan ever since.
What was it about him that made him your favorite?
Just his style of play, man. There was not a lot of guys that, that are 7 feet tall,
right.
Could shoot a fadeaway jumper from the three off one leg. There's not a lot of guys that are his size that is winning MVPs versus a LeBron James-led team.
Sure.
There's, that's the team that whooped Miami Heat in
the
finals. So
hell yeah,
I was at that game. You feel me? Yes, sir. I was there. Yeah, I was there, man. So
did you like seeing all the people leave?
Were you cheering "Let's go Mavs" with them too?
So at the time, I was young, unrestricted free agent. So my tickets were, not the best. So I slowly migrated down as the Miami Heat fans started leaving. And so I got to watch my guy, get the little MVP and the whole nine, man. That was special. That was special to me because obviously he didn't play a lot longer after that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you ever get a chance to meet him, talk to him, and hang out with him or anything?
Never, man.
Oh,
never,
man, we got to set that up for you.
I would absolutely love to.
He might be one of the nicest superstars you'd ever meet in your life. You'd never know that he's one of the greatest basketball players of all time. He's
You'll definitely know he's one of the greatest basketball players of all time. You have to know that.
Yeah, but he doesn't have that kind of attitude. It's like he's your neighbor. He's like, sure, did you need some sugar?
Yeah.
We're like, whatever.
He brings over a plate of Tupperware, and he's like, I just had some leftover food for you. That's the kind of guy he is.
Man, I can imagine, man. I can see him being like that, man. He's a special guy to watch, that was for sure.
So now the Mavs have Luka, and we get to see tomorrow night for the first time Kyrie Irving with the Dallas Mavericks. What are your thoughts on where the Mavericks are headed now?
Man, they were already trending upwards. Obviously, we're going to always be a playoff team if Luka's there. We just can't get over that hump. I'm not a big fan of letting go Chris Stapp. That still stings to this day. That was our big man, or that was our guy that was going to lead us to the promised land. So, but adding Kyrie, it soothes the pain a little bit more because Kyrie is a game changing point guard. He's obviously one of the best point guards in the NBA and in recent history, right? You can't say enough about him. He always does everything he can do to bring everything to the table and come out with a win. He doesn't have to be the guy that scores 30 points a game. He can be the guy with the assist. So I love the fact that Luka doesn't have to be the one guy that gets depended on to score 40 or 50 points a night.
Yeah.
Mark Cuban did his thing with that. He did his thing, man.
Would you have played basketball? Would that have been something that you would have liked to do?
Oh yeah, heck yeah! I love the sport of basketball. It's just that my body didn't grow the way a normal basketball player's body would grow. I was tall and skinny for some time, until I became a sophomore in high school, and I put on about 25 pounds, and I shot up about 2 or 3 inches. So I went from being about 190 or 195 to about 225, and that stands to be a football player.
So multiple Super Bowl champion LeGarrette Blount joining us right now. I know you talked about watching Dirk win that championship. Obviously, you are a champion. Kyrie Irving and Luka want to be a champion. When you got a player, maybe it could have been you at one point, right? When you get a player that has a little bit of possible baggage coming to your team, and you don't really know them as a person. You just see the talent, but also you hear things. How do you accept that player on the team? How are you trying to make them feel welcome and make sure that they feel like they're going to immediately be part of something?
I think a lot of it comes from the respect that player has garnered over the league from his peers, right? Everybody's going to have their opinion when it comes to the media. People are going to have their opinion when it comes to the owner, things like that. But Kyrie is respected among his peers.
Yeah.
He's very respected amongst his peers. He hasn't had one teammate say anything bad about him. They haven't had a teammate that say, "Oh man, he's a cancer. Oh man, he don't like to pass the ball. All he like to do is shoot." I don't hear a lot of those stories. The only stories I hear is about his beliefs, in which everyone is entitled to their own. And that's what comes with him. And I feel like that baggage has to be accepted, right? Because if you don't accept that baggage, then you don't accept the guy that is a Mormon. You don't accept the guy that is, Christian. You don't accept the guy that is, whatever the case may be. So you have to accept that comes with the player. He's going to speak his mind, and you got to understand that. He's going to say what he feels is best represents him. He's going to say that. I've never had a problem with it because, again, man, to each their own. You can't judge anybody by what they were raised as or what they grew up believing or any of those things. You just got to, you got to be a judge of character based off how that person is as just a normal human being. Is he a good human? Is he a good person? And I don't see any signs of Kyrie being a bad person. So I think that this was a great move.
I'm really fascinated by that answer. I thought it was a really great answer. I'm curious, I'm sure all locker rooms are different, but from your experience, how much do those conversations take place in terms of, like, whether it's religion or politics or whatever? How often do those conversations pop up?
Man, believe it or not, man, the religious conversation rarely ever pops up.
Right. That's probably smart.
And yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I do.
No one, obviously, when it comes to religious beliefs, those are things that everyone holds extremely dear to their heart, to their core. So when people question them or when people attack them, you get extremely defensive. And, that can divide a locker room. That can divide a teammate. That can divide a relationship between two players that have obviously probably been close for a long time. It can definitely, mess some things up. So you don't really talk about that. And political, I feel like politically, the conversations as far as that, those are very minimal.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody goes around and be like, "Hey, bro, who you voting for? Who do you like?" To each their own. We're teammates. Our common interests and goals mesh. You know what I'm saying? Our personal interests and goals, whenever you become a closer teammate or a closer friend or, whatever relationship you guys develop, if y'all feel like it is okay to talk about that or introduce that conversation, then that's cool. But other than that, I don't think that those are two topics that are really talked about in the locker room.
Before we get to LG's Feel Good, can I ask you a quick question about sand? Have you seen all of the Tom Brady sand auctions up on eBay?
How many different ones are there?
There are, as of last count yesterday, there were 122 for at least trying to go for at least $1,000. I think they pulled the one that was $100,000 because
that was the actual sand.
And I don't think that's on eBay anymore. I was just trying to find it. I don't know what happened, but it's not on there anymore.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen the one that was up. I seen the one that the bid got up to $100,000. Now, does eBay let him sell that?
Maybe they're saying no.
Does eBay say, nah, because we can't confirm if this is the real Brady ass sand?
I see. Yeah. I think they pulled it because of that.
Is this really Brady's ass sand?
Yeah, nobody knows. How would one confirm that, I wonder? All right.
You just have to scrape it right off his butt.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Let me get this, Tail. Let me get this.
I mean, he just posted a thirst trap picture. Yeah.
Make sure you record me wiping this off his ass.
If that video is included, you'll make money. So LG's Feel Good, and it's lgsfeelgood.com. If you want to go hit up the site, what can you tell us about the CBD product? What do people need to know?
Man, it is all natural, all organic. It's 100% THC free. Rollerball, pain patches, anxiety drops, sleep gummies, the whole nine. Second to none. These are the items that I use in my everyday life. My kids use them. There is nothing against it. These are all natural. These help you get away from the opioids. These help you get away from taking pills. These help you get away from other different things and avenues of medicine that'll harm your body in the long run, right? Liver problems. Always these different kind of side effects that harm the insides, your body. And people don't read these labels, and a lot of people don't think about this in the long run. But this is huge. These are the
flash to the camera.
Yeah, these are the medicines these are the things that you want to deal with that'll help you deal with the everyday knee pain, the not being able to sleep, the having the anxiety whenever you're in settings that probably mess with your head or have you sweating and stuff like that. That is huge for me. So those were the things that I wanted to be a part of, and what led me this way is just myself and athletes alike. A lot of these guys retire from the game and they take depression pills. They take all these different things. And I have things that'll help you in that matter. And I want to express that and get that out to the world, that you don't have to take pills. You don't have to do all these different things that'll affect your body on the inside and in the long term. We have remedies, and we have things that'll be better for you, and they work better for you, and they're immediate, and they don't have to be affecting you in the long run. And this is for you guys. This is for doctors. This is for lawyers, plumbers, anyone. So this is for all these people. So,
well, I know you got to run, but we might need to bring you back as our Mavs correspondent.
Yeah,
any
I'm looking
different
forward to
number of
that, man.
times on Super Bowl Radio Row.
I got you.